All right, welcome to Chancla Talk, where we talk about movies, shows, games, and geeky topics that strike our interest. And with you have Grotesque, which is our team captain, Lilirose, and myself, Grumpy. And today's topic is going to be Inmost.
Yeah, today is Inmost. ¿Qué fue?
Inmost.
Yeah, today is. We asked you guys to give us suggestions on games, and I think it was like a month ago, right? Or like 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah. Yes.
And Mirai Jester was the one that suggested Inmost,
Just Inmost.
and that's the one we picked.
Wow, what an emotional roller coaster
Right?
was this game.
Now I feel like I took it to heart too much because I'm the only one that freaking cried. Pero that game hit hard. That was like emotional damage puro ahí.
No damage.
Estoy aquí lurking guiando, pero estoy. Jaster,
Oh, yeah.
drive safe.
Go.
Be careful, man.
Safe.
But thank you for being here. Um, so yeah, Inmost. What you guys? Let's start by talking about it, right? So this game is a platformer. It's a puzzle platformer, and the art es así pixelated. It's mostly like así mismo como la foto. The art is constantly like that with some other shadings of colors, pero it's pretty much grayscales and it's very dark. But what did you guys think of the art?
Dark and in the right? It wasn't like it's not like it's dark too dark you can't see it, right? It's dark by intent.
Exactly.
It's part of the storytelling. And I think they did amazing. The art is beautiful.
The art is
I think
beautiful.
the whole scene captures you and you get into it.
Yeah. It portrays what it's trying to tell you by the art, like
Perfect. It's story. It's a story being told through a game, and I loved it.
and I
Right.
think it's beautiful pixelated art. Like it's
Yeah.
like even the la forma de cómo se mueve el muñeco y todo, like when he's breathing and you can see like the little pixels ahí como I really love that part. When you can see the details of the emotion of the character, even though it's a pixelated character, you can feel the emotion from it. It's very well
Yeah.
made.
You get to feel real good from this. So the really good artists they have on staff. But create such a world of pixels is amazing.
Yes.
And the subtle changes in like kind of the hues as the game goes along, like whenever the storm, then you have like a little bit of a greenish shadow. Then whenever like the violence, you kind of have like a bit of a reddish tone. It's like it was just like subtle little things that like helped move the story.
Yeah, it's like it gave it like an atmospheric feel. Like it was well made. I liked it. So this is a game. Wait, sorry, let me put it here. It's developed by Hidden Layer Games. Now this is a group of two people actually, an artist and a programmer. Yeah, and they developed this game and it was actually for Apple, was it at first, I think? And they basically submitted this game for the some type of indie award, Def Gamma, yes. And they actually won best indie game. That actually like pushed them to launch it for PC, which is pretty cool. But the story was, at first I was confused. I was like, what's this? Because they're like changing me the characters back and forth. Favorite was the knight.
Yes.
Que fue el más movido. Y lo que me acordó a mí es a Dead Cells. I don't know if you guys have played Dead Cells.
Yeah, you can yeah, it kind of did.
It was the feeling I got when I used that character, the knight. El de la nena me frustraba because I kept falling. Because this girl was like, all she can do is like climb on things. And I was like, cada vez que hacía algo estúpido se caía.
It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
She is, yeah. She was my least favorite. And because like you're not, it's like you're like really living as the girl as opposed to like in the other ones, they're in a fictional type of world. So like you have to do like things within that you can really do. Like, yeah, you could have jumped from the bookcase all the way down to the floor. It's like you had to climb back down. It's like, gosh.
Yes, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
But algo que I really loved was the music.
The music was really good. It went
Because
well with the story.
yeah, it went well with the story, and it like it would hit the spot on like the sadness of the whole thing.
Yes.
Um,
And also like the subtle color changes that went with that music and the subtle changes that went like it was mostly done in like a like monochromatic feel, but
yes.
every now and again it like had like a hint of green or a hint of red
And
or some blue.
yes, like you can see it on the pictures too. Like you can see that the girl was more
Yeah.
like of a pinkish tone, and the knight was more of a dark blue, and the man was always like green and black, and yeah.
Like a
Never noticed
stormy
that.
green.
That's how observant I am. I never noticed that, the changing colors.
This is why your
Well, as you were
favorite game is
dying
Call
of
of
the night,
Duty.
did you notice it turned red?
This is why game of the year for you is Call of Duty.
Es demasiado. Pues parece igual.
Para mí eso todo era gris, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I really enjoy the gameplay. It was really not difficult. That's why I call it more of a storytelling
It
Yeah.
is.
puzzle. Because it
Yeah.
wasn't difficult. It was,
Oh, there was like 2 buttons.
which was perfect, right? Because there's nothing more frustrating that takes you away from a story than dying over and over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they
So this was
actually did
intentionally meant.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they actually did this to be done in 3 or 4 hour, right? Kind of gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah, they said it's like meant like to be played in one sitting, just get yourself immersed in the story, like sit in a dark room and
Get depressed.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
get
very depressed. It was very
And they call
depressing
someone
game.
because you're depressed.
I was quite amazed at how well they told the story through like such a simple game.
Yes.
Like
Cada vez que salía la parte de la nena me daba ansiedad. That's it.
oh sí.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time the girl got on there, I was so anxious. Me ponía como que my heart was beating and everything. I was like, what's gonna happen? This is driving me crazy. Me estaba poniendo mal, like for real. That was brutal. And then at the end, it just got worse. It just killed me.
It got really dark.
It got
really, really dark.
It got intense. It got intense. I did not like al momento que you know, like in between that they were showing like the little fox and the I didn't understand that at the moment, right? At the end is that you understand it.
I don't understand it
Yeah.
now. What do you mean?
You didn't see the credit. No.
I feel like I need
the
to play
credit.
it again now, being like told like, oh, the tower was like her house and she couldn't go into it, and like that she was the flower that he was searching for the whole time. Man. Like I feel like I need to play it one more time, like now knowing all the little pieces, and then like it would have like a new meaning.
Yes.
But
okay, yeah, it's true. Pero so basically the fox era más como que a representation of happiness y sabe having flower meaning happiness, being you know well and todo esto. So basically cuando ella, esto es lo que yo pienso, ¿verdad? My perspective, I don't really know.
yeah, this is
So basically when they show
Okay,
that part que it's basically them, the parents, él y la esposa, y cuando basically her going grieving y eso, pues eso fue lo que pasó en la escena esa que están así en el aire, and they're like all happy and like, oh my god, love, and then it's gone, destroyed.
So who's the knight?
the knight is, I believe, the grandfather, and now it's like he was hurt because his son was murdered, so I feel like he was like trying to take the happiness from everybody. Like,
So confused.
So
It's weird.
Yo
It
estaba
was.
confused. Yo estaba confused. Yo
Uh-huh.
ahora entendí. El knight is basically representation of pain and how pain destroys destroys the light, right, out of you and people. So basically pain can either be destroyed or you can fight it, right? It's basically a darkness of a destruction of your happiness y all that pain. Eso es lo que está basically representation. Basically lo que está representando el night es eso. Behind the scenes of all the pain that everything is causing and how it messes
Okay,
you
so
up.
it's like a symbolic
It's
representation of all the pain of the
exactly.
characters.
Porque ahí fue cuando ellos dicen del keeper, están hablando de
Mhm.
basically your soul in the keeper y how it's keeping you in pain y no te deja move forward or
That is
escape it.
that okay, that is true, right?
In a way,
And now as I'm thinking about it, it seems a lot more symbolic, right? Because
Yeah.
the night would just go through them, destroying pain with pain, ¿entiendes, right?
yeah, y cuando enseñan que él va y destroys the ones that are like white, it's basically him taking
Mhm.
away, being stolen of the happiness.
Oh, that's whenever
His
the
way of
game
dealing
began.
with pain is by destruction, basically taken away, and
Yeah,
as opposed to the old man, which was not the old man, but the grandpa, whatever it is. He would avoid the dark things. He wouldn't fight them, which was different.
exactly.
So he has a mission, but he's avoiding falling into the darkness. Very, very deep shit here.
It's very deep. Pero eso sí, like I would play it again just to like, como dice Lily, like kind of resurface what the whole thing was from the very beginning. Porque al principio
Yeah.
uno está
Yeah.
perdido, uno no está entendiendo. It's like, wait,
Sí.
who are these three characters? ¿Qué está pasando?
Like whenever I first started and like the night, like he like has like a bird or something that lands in his hand. And then like he like squishes it. But like in my head, like I didn't really capture like that he did that and that, and then later on, whenever like I did see like the beginning again, I was like, oh, like from the very beginning, they told me like he was gonna be bad, but in my head, he's a knight. So I was like, it didn't click until halfway through. It's like, I'm not a good character whenever I'm this guy. It's
Yeah, exactly. Me pasó lo mismo. I'm like, why? What am I doing? I think I'm destroying. But that's the thing. It también representa like him trying to escape the darkness, even though okay, he's been touched by darkness and he's basically gone to the very end. It representa trying to fight it and move out of it.
which I think is what happens at the very ending, right? Like
Exactly. So yeah, it's a
So,
tough.
so
but I do like the part where
Yeah.
like they make it like where he's changing, like where like he's
Yes.
like being consumed by the darkness. Like you see like the venom like effect on the
yeah,
character.
cuando sale por la boca, así como que.
See,
Yeah,
I don't know how to describe it.
that's the perfect explanation.
Yeah,
Like the
perfect.
venom type of
Perfect.
yeah. Pero sí, the story. It became very sad and dark, but then it became very hopeful at the very end, which I didn't expect. I thought they were gonna keep it so depressing because it was gonna hurt me, but it actually.
I mean, it stayed dark. Their little message at the end didn't convince me. It was.
I think it was.
This was a dark game.
It was a dark game, but it's representing, ¿verdad? The grief y todo el pain que la gente unfortunately pasan por la vida, ¿verdad? They're not. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
Shit happens, and it hits harder to some people than others. Some,
Yeah, which they say that some deal better with the pain than others.
Exactly. So
Did their daughter commit suicide? Is that what?
yes, that's the thing. So basically, la nena, apparently was being bullied y estaba pasando por mucha things going on. So basically, what they're kind of telling you is que she suicide, and
That was a tough scene to play through.
that was very tough.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
How like at the end, like all the scenes make sense. Like where like the grandpa's banging on the classroom door, and you see like shadows of like
Yes.
children. Or then like the part where like they show like the Halloween and her mom having a good memory, and it's like, oh, the Halloween set off the mom. It's like, okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense now.
The Halloween
Like,
set
okay.
off the mom, and also the plushie, por eso ella no se quería acercar a la nena. Every time she
Yeah.
saw the plushie, ese plushie era de la otra hija. So
Yeah.
Wow, that's deep shit. This is a deep
it was
game.
deep shit. It was very, but it was something that at the end como que dije, I know why they did it. It was awesome. It hurt me. Ouch. Pero but I cried, guys. I cried through this. Ese ending me mató. But you know, eso sí, hay que darle warning. Whoever wants to play this game, it has, you know, it's a very sensitive topic. Suicide is a very sensitive topic to you. Do not play this game.
No, this is a tough game.
It's
Yeah.
a tough game to, like, eso es algo que yo no sabía que iba a pasar, and then it hit. Like
Yeah.
the topic hit you and smacked you in the face, and you couldn't go back.
It touches. Yeah.
There's no
touches-
avoiding it. Yeah.
There's
It
no
touches the
avoiding.
topics that are very real, the pain on people and how pain causes more pain, and it's a deep game.
Yes, and basically the ending of it is chocante. I don't know. I don't know if you guys want to talk about the ending a little bit, because that's the whole thing, right? The whole thing is leading you up to the end. So basically, are you guys there? I don't want to mess this up again.
We're here. We're here.
Okay. I'm like, I can't
I don't
mess
know if they
this
hear us,
podcast
but we're here.
twice. I can't mess up this podcast twice in one sitting, please. But yeah.
Before we talk about the end, me and Grotesque talked about this. I need to know, how long did you go down that one stupid hall before
Oh
you turned
my
back?
Freaking God. Yo estuve un minuto dándole ahí. Maybe dos, no sé, porque yo dije, esto es parte del story. They're just trying to, like, you know, this is
Right?
how, yo me fui bien symbolic, like, wow, they're showing me.
I spent a good 5 minutes walking down the hall. I'm like, okay, this is part of the depression, right? Like, he's
Right.
depressed. We need to walk through this thing.
We're gonna walk through this,
There's
guys.
suddenly-
I was so hopeful, too.
Yeah.
And he was so slow, and I'm like, could we speed it up, man? Am I like missing something?
Yo dije, let me go back. Maybe I missed something behind me over there. Y cuando viro para atrás, lo primero que grité, eso no se hace. Why'd you make me walk down this thing?
In my head, I had gone like so far down that I was like, there's no way I'm gonna turn back and walk all of this again if it's like not that I have to. So I kept going. I'm like, nope. And I was like looking out windows and stuff. I'm like, where is something? And then finally I turned around, and whenever I turned around and I saw the thing, I like turned back the other way, and I'm like, wait, what? I was very upset and confused.
Once again, I'm not the brightest guy because I passed and I went back and I see the stairs. I'm like, oh, when did I pass the stairs? And it took me like a second later. It's like, no, wait a minute. This is just, they tricked me.
No, me sentí bien pendeja ahí. Yo me sentí bien mal. I was like, they tricked
felt
me, man. You don't do that.
Did. Which anyway, it is kind of symbolic, right? Sometimes we keep pushing forward, not seeing that the way is behind
That
us.
is deep. Oh, yes.
Oh my God, that is super deep. Wow, eso me
Yes.
dio en el pecho.
Coño, that was deep. Yeah,
That
we
is
keep
so
pushing
true.
forward. Whenever just stepping back a little bit is the way through it. Wow.
Oh my God, Lily, you
Mind
blew my
blown.
mind.
I wasn't the one who did it, they were.
No, I know, pero no lo capté en esa manera, ¿entiendes? Ahí en ese momento. No lo capté. I did not at all. Pero that makes sense.
Yeah. Sometimes what you perceive moving forward is not moving forward. You're not going anywhere. Wow.
O más como que también, like, if you, tú sabes, a veces you just have to, like, change the view of things. Like, no irte por el camino de the darkness y the negative thoughts, you know? Turn back and be like, okay, let me. Así es que yo lo veo más. Como que him going, like, full into the depression and, like, the bad thoughts and, like, then turning back and be like, let me just change the view of this, kind of going into another perspective. No,
Yeah.
that was beautiful, Lily.
I wonder how many more symbolic moments this game has that
I
we
kind of
missed.
want to play it again and see.
It did have quite a few because, like, also like whenever like the darkness would chase him, and he couldn't you couldn't fight it or anything. All you could do was like try to escape it to get
I have
away
to
from it.
admit, oh my god, la parte que basically with the little bells, I died so much stupidly in that little part. Because I'm like, a la mala, I wanted to go running through the thing, through the bells. I'm like, I
Through the
can make
tunnel?
it. I can make it.
That one took me a while, yeah. I had to like sit down. I was like, what the fuck am I doing wrong here? What am I doing here?
I
Nice.
figured that part I figured out pretty quickly. It took me a while to get it, like where like whenever like he dashed at me at the end where I could get him to fall off the cliff. Like I kept like jumping too late and like he would eat me instead or whatever attack
Yeah,
me.
it took me a
But-
second to eat, but
But then there was another bell on top of the thing, and I was like, oh wait, was I supposed to also bring him here? Because I just killed him off the cliff.
I
oh, you
lost a
did
good
good. You did the right
45
way of things.
minutes searching for the bottom of the elevator that the guy sent me. Check. He checked the bottom of the elevator, and I went all the way to the bottom, checking for shit. Like lost a good 40 minutes to realize,
I
guys,
did
just
too.
drop down once, and it's right there.
Like,
I
where is
kept
this
looking
elevator?
at the elevator like, how do I make this stupid thing work? No, I just kept trying to like trying to figure out how to get the black ooze thingy off of it without like proceeding somewhere else first. I was determined. I was like, I'm gonna get this crap off.
I kept
And it was
rolling
like-
into it. Like, what if I roll
Really
faster?
did I bleach?
Yeah, doing stupid things like that. Like, can I bring out my little knife now? Where's my little knife? Like,
Yes. But at least
but that's part of these games, right?
Oh, what-
Figuring out the puzzle, the back and forth.
yes. So let's talk about that before we talk about the ending. What did you guys think of the puzzles?
At the beginning, I was pretty lost. Once I kind of went through the game, like I started, okay, I knew the boxes were the orbs. I knew to look for the shimmery black stuff on the floor because sometimes it like wasn't very obvious, and like I kept walking through it and like dying, and I was like, oh, why do I keep missing that one?
Yeah.
But then later on, like it got like easier. Like I knew like, okay, those are the platforms I could step on. Like you knew like the tells of the game.
I like the puzzles. They were doable. Like you would die maybe twice the most in one and then be like, oh, okay, that's easy. I get it now, guys.
Yeah.
Pero más porque mistake de uno more than anything.
Yeah.
But it was it's just a storytelling kind of thing. But I did like them. I found them fun. But I did like also how well it felt to play it. Like a veces yo decía, you know, like sometimes you're playing a pixel game or you're playing a platform game and like I did feel that this one's like really like the gameplay of it felt really good. Like when you were like the reaction time of it, like when you would grab onto a platform, it was really fast. And
The mechanics were
The
on side.
mechanics
Yeah.
were really good. Yes.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it felt
And there was
really-
no glitches for such a like small game. It was
Yes,
very-
I never had a problem with like the jumping or the the mechanics of it were perfect. When
Yeah.
when I would jump on a little platform, it would latch on really quick. There was no issues. And when I had to jump away from it, reaction time was really fast. Like it was
Yes.
perfect. It felt really nice.
Yes. Yeah, you click something and it did it. It responded like on time.
Yeah, I really.
The only issue I probably have would be more with like the aesthetics, that at the ending, it didn't quite click that the man in the house and that his dad were two different characters. It took me a minute to figure that out
That
because
is
they
true.
both looked alike.
That is true.
That was the only
But
thing.
I think that's the point of it. I think they were trying to like trick you and be like, "Oh, this is the story of him." But then he picks, he sees at the end the phone call thing. It was him talking to his, la esposa del hijo. Y así fue que I really did
I
think
didn't
it was
realize
him.
that's who she called.
Huh?
I didn't realize that's who she had called.
Yeah, she called him and
I
he was,
remember the part where like she picked up the phone, but it didn't click in my head.
yeah, so she was talking to him and she's the one that told him like, mira, no, he's with her now. Y basically she was about to kill the girl too. So ahí fue que sale la animación que he's running towards there. And ahí es que I noticed que él dice my son, ¿entiende?
Yeah.
Because
And if
he's
you go
narrating.
like to the little, yeah, if you go like to the little story character guy, like the guy, you know, like whenever you have like the orbs and he tells you the stories,
Yes.
like if like that's where like the last story, like you realize like, oh, the tower was her burnt apartment building, and if she goes there, she's the flower, she's the thing that's gonna die. It's like once like you play it, like, oh, once they show you everything, you put it all together.
Yes.
I still couldn't figure out. I'm guessing the lady was the witch, because like still didn't figure out who the witch was
What witch?
in his stories. He in the the storyteller guy.
Yeah.
He always kept talking about like a witch and her darkness, that it was coming.
Oh, that's true.
So I wonder
yeah,
if
I
it was-
imagine it's her, the mother, no?
Yeah.
I think so. I
That's
feel
I'm-
like I need to play it again now because I really want to know.
One
like,
more time.
yeah, like you kind of want to know what the heck. Now that you know the
And of
ending, you
course-
kind of want to see it from the beginning. It's kind of like when you see there's a big plot twist in the end of a good movie. You're like, whoa, I didn't
Yeah.
notice that. Así que me siento ahora
And then
mismo.
you watch it the second time to connect there. Oh, you did tell me. Look at that. There was foreshadowing
I'm
everywhere.
so stupid. It's right there.
If I would have had time, I would have played again, because of course I waited until last minute. But
We have busy stuff. You know, we tried.
It was a
We
busy-
did it. We did finish. We all finished it.
yes.
Um,
Luckily that the game was meant to be played in like 3 hours. So.
grumpy.
I finished it. I feel like a champ.
I feel like
I finished it 10 minutes before the podcast, by the way, guys.
yeah, he finished it right on
You
time.
finished it.
Rapando.
I didn't have time to cry or anything. It's just like,
I feel silly. I'm the only one that cried. I cried, pero con gana. Y todo. O sea, esto fue.
I didn't cry because I was puzzled by what was happening. There was so many things happening that I couldn't cry. I'm just like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
happening? Who's that guy? Wait a minute, that's not that guy? What is happening here?
Eso sí. Ahora que estamos hablando de eso, the crying, like the perspective of the girl, I liked it because you don't know what the hell, como it's like a child, right? When they're going through stuff and their parents are going through stuff, they don't know what's going on because they're in the shadows. They don't know anything.
Yes.
And I love that. Que es como que she is in her mind, she's putting things together and it's not it. It's not the right
like,
conclusion.
There's kids in the attic. Yeah.
Yes, pero uno de that guy's perspective de uno, you putting it into place. No, sweetie, it's not that. You know, like so it was, I like that. I really like that.
And the mystery that it came, because even myself, I'm like, what is in the attic? Because I heard the bang also like her. It's like, what's in there?
Yeah, and I was just as disappointed as her that it was a raccoon. I'm like, really? Is this a raccoon?
Right?
Justin dice, told ya, pero me alegro que les haya gustado. 60XP dice, hi Chancla team, hi, welcome.
Hi.
Estamos aquí hablando de Inmost. We're talking about Inmost, which was suggested by Jester. So yeah, it's really welcome. Thank you for being here. So
it was a very emotional game.
Very emotional. Yes. That ending
with a very good story and meaning.
It was a story, yeah. I mean, the gameplay was perfect for storytelling. It was surprising at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least for me. I'm not the brightest guy, so to me it was like the ending of Success. It's like, what?
Yes. I mean, that was everybody's until the very end, like not everything was concluded for you. You had to figure it out through the end
Yeah.
obligado. Like there's no way that everybody already knew at the very middle of it, because that's the point. You're supposed to be like, what's happening? You want to know the mystery behind it. So yeah,
Somewhere through it, I thought like their first child had like burned in the fire, and the mom blamed this kid for surviving. That's where I would thought this was going.
I thought
like-
so too, but I really didn't understand the fire part, because like now that you're saying it, I'm like, was it a fire or was it right? Like what was it? Was it a fire or was it the suicide? Like I'm not sure where it was going with that, because I did not understand the building. Sorry, what?
I said, did he just go and kidnap a child and not like save her from a fire and keep her?
Yeah, I did not understand that part.
There's so much symbolism in this game that sometimes it gets lost as to what was real and what was symbolism in the game.
Yes.
And
Like
that's
the
one of them.
fountain part, I didn't really like. I'm still not 100% sure who the two people were. It's like,
But I realized who the two people were at the fountain. Y fue because at the end of the credits, they're showing
They
you
show her
in
parents
the
behind
background.
her?
They show you the couple and basically them with the baby. So era cuando ellos, it was them, their whole, the parents de la nena, the happiness that they had before, and then it being taken away cuando perdieron la nena. So
there's a lot.
There's a lot to
It
go.
is
This is a
game I could
very
play
deep
again.
game.
It's a lot to unpack.
It's a lot to unpack. But yeah, basically the ending, it hurt. It hurt and it hurt some more, but they gave you like a little hopeful thing, which is that, the
It was a story of love,
there's
not
a
of pain.
Yeah, it was a story of love and not of pain. And the grandfather helped her through it, and como fue que dijo, como que he made her pain his own. So basically, he helped her through that pain, and
There we go.
While struggling with his own.
while struggling with his own.
God, I want to cry right now.
It was a very deep game. I loved it. Like I'm gonna play it again. Ya sabiendo, ¿verdad? Hopefully no lloro otra vez. Lo más seguro lloro otra vez.
I would play it again also because I'm a bit OCD and it's like there's certain achievements I hadn't reached, and in my head it's like I haven't completed the game unless if I achieve everything.
Lily's a trophy hunter.
She literally took 2 years to finish Zelda.
Yeah, she
Because you had to complete everything.
she completed everything.
Everything.
Pero no hables mucho que Darfur no terminó tampoco. He's waiting until the next game releases to just finish that one.
Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah, as soon as the new year starts, I'm gonna start playing again.
That game is it's many people's obsession, so that makes sense. So yeah, it was a great game,
Inmost.
guys. I really
Amazing recommendation. Yep.
yeah, we really appreciate Jaster for that suggestion. I would have never played it. I think I never knew of this game unless you suggested it. So thank you for that.
Yep. Never heard it before.
It was a
Never
beautiful
did.
game. Anybody who wants to try a very short, very deep game, they should try this game for sure. Anything else you guys want to add to it about this game?
No, not really. I mean, it was beautiful, right? The whole it's even though it's pixel, you felt I forgot it was pixel, right? Because you're so into the story. Okay,
Yes.
perfectly delivered. So I love it. I highly recommend this game to anyone else.
I recommend the game.
Yeah.
And it helps también to like the perspective of life to like okay, everybody goes through pain. I love that. I love that this is the whole point of it. Like everybody is going through life and they all have to they all go through stuff, you know? Everybody has their things. De que gente se crean que their pain is greater. No, everybody's going through their own pain, you know, their own stuff. Just
How you deal with it is different.
exactly. Everybody deals with it differently. Lo que algo chiquito para una persona puede ser bien grande para otra. Um, it's very deep. It's very nice, and
And they showed like lots of characters. Like it didn't have many characters, but all the characters that were in the game, it showed like the pain of each of them and
each
like
of them.
the story of everybody.
It was beautiful, beautiful game. I want to play it again now. Pero nada, sí.
Short and deep.
Yay,
It was
short and
short
deep.
and deep.
Yes.
It's short too, right? So you don't want to spend 60 hours. This is a great game. It's like a good movie.
It's and it's perfect because they know how tough it is. I mean, it's very depressing, but with a hopeful meaning at the, even though the good feeling is at the end, you still feel the pain of like, wow, that was super deep. So it's good that they made it short. I think having 10 hours of this would have killed anybody. Like, it was too much.
Oh yeah.
So it was perfect. That being hecho, I can see why they won indie game, best indie game.
Yes.
On that. Okay. Yeah, on those. I don't remember what the word. DevGam. So
yeah, DevGam, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Should we wrap up? Are we good?
Wrap it up.
Yeah, so there's a few things. This is our last podcast for this season. We'll be back on like mid-January with more Chancla talk. We will still have streams for Chancla team though. The gaming streams are still gonna be on. But the podcast is taking a break, having a little vacation time that we really, really need. So but yeah, we want to say thank you because we just got affiliated on Twitch.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
Everybody.
Thank you so much. Estamos super excited, ¿verdad? We're super, super excited.
Super excited. Super appreciative.
Yeah, we're gonna make the streams even better. We're gonna have icons, emotes for you guys very soon, and some things that we wanna announce soon. Some merch that's coming too. So we're very excited about everything that's coming. So thank you so much. And yeah, don't forget to follow us on the socials. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can find this podcast up tomorrow and all of our other podcasts. We have how many now? Podcast episode 21.
I think 21. Yep, it's gonna be 20. This is 21.
This one's number 21. So yeah, please give us a listen over there. We're on Spotify, Amazon. Just look us up by Chancla Talk, and you can find us there. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Thank you all.